Yo, what is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another match analysis slash reaction video. This is on game number 1 for TNC versus Echo. It's another upset. Somehow, someway, TNC, not only were they able to beat BREN, they were able to beat Echo. BREN 2-1, Echo 2-0. And I heard the game went on for 40 minutes. So I think, well, a lot of you guys have literally been hyping this match up to me in the community post. So I've heard your comments, I've read your comments, and a lot of you guys said, watch it from the beginning, watch it from the entrance. So that's what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do, okay? Before we do any match analysis, before we analyze, let's react to their intro, because apparently their intro is funny or fun. I heard they were dancing. So let's see. They got a lot of members, yeah, by the way. It's like, whoa. Echo only had like 6. Is there like 2 full teams here for TNC? Well, there's a lot of dudes.
The fairy tale run continues. Everyone is open to hop on board.
This lag isn't from me, by the way.
As we welcome on stage,
I swear, this lag is like from the stream. Hey! 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 Feeling the swag, man. I love it. I love the swag. I love the swag. Oh, they just came out for the dance and then they went back. Pretty fun.
and their coaches, Coach Wright and Coach Tic Tac.
All right. We're gonna move on into the drafts then right now. It's a fun little thing. You know, I hope the players in MPL Indonesia do a bit more while they're on stage. So, you know, I've been saying this, I've been very vocal about saying this. A lot of you guys might say cringe, but I'd say cringe is better than boring. So, let's go. Drafts. Okay. Diggy and Fanny Ban, as usual, for Echo. 1-1 Joy as well from TNC. Very normal bans right now. Still, per usual. Should be like Valen, Kaja, but Farsa. Fair. Oh, so it's not global ban anymore. Okay, I didn't know that. It was fixed. Okay, so the fair miss has been fixed. Now we're seeing it finally picked and banned again. Okay, Kaja ban respecting YAWI, but Echo can go Cho, but they'll go Fredrin first. This is their best foundation usually for drafts. The Fredrin pick for Echo works like better than any other team. Up against the Fredrin. The Glue's up. The Fairmiss has been banned out. I feel like the Glue would be an amazing first pick here. Glue does amazing up against Fredrin. Yeah. And then they go for the Farsa. Okay, taking it away from Sanji. But then Valentina should be up for grabs here for Echo then with the Farsa. They can technically go for something like a Yves too. But I honestly feel like Valentina would be a bit better here. More flexible with the ultimates that TNC has. You can flex around there. They go for the Cho and Valen should be. No, Arlet. What? Okay. Cho and Arlet. Alright. Alright, I completely forgot as well about just the Arlet not being banned out here. Being very prio. Even more prio than the Valentina. Lancelot pickup is good. I honestly feel like the junglers who can actually out-retry or out-farm the Fredrin is probably like Lancelot. Akai, maybe, out-retry. So those two. A lot of you guys might say Martis, but I don't like the Martis. I really dislike Martis. I don't know why. I just really hate Martis. Against Fredrin, it makes sense, right? Because Fredrin's kit relies on CC, and you have anti-CC, and you farm pretty fast too with your passive. But I don't know. I've tried the Martis. I've watched Martis games. When it works, sure, but it's mostly because of like the team's backup and not because of the hero itself. I don't know. I really dislike the Martis. I think the Lancelot is a much better pick here. And yeah, the Valentina that I thought would have been, you know, picked earlier has been banned out now, and I think this might just be the reason as to why Echo lost this game. Not to say that the Valentina is that prio, but mid control has already been set up pretty well by TNC with that Farsa pick, right? And I think honestly at this point they might as well just go for like 2 mid lane bans. They can go for a Yves now, and they can kind of force Echo into something like a Lilia, a Julian, and maybe they go for a gold lane or two. To be honest, like they can go for. With a carry ban here, I'd expect the Claude maybe to be picked up by Echo here. They're trying to set up for the Claude already with the carry ban. They banned Kadita instead, so just respecting YAWI. Or no, Sanji should be because the Cho has been picked up already. Oh, yeah, okay, they banned a Claude. So I thought it was going to be a Claude setup with the carry ban. But with the Claude ban, what do they want to go for here? Brody? Melissa? Melissa. TNC can just pick it up right here, and it could be just... They go for the Beatrix instead. Good combo with the Farsa. I like it. Good wave clear as well, but it does give the Melissa over. Without a Claude, I don't think anyone really does well against the Melissa in lane. But again, the reason TNC can pick up something like a Beatrix and not be worried about the Melissa is because they've already picked up a Farsa. If you have proper mid control, you will be able to control these lanes. And yeah, it is going to be the Yves, not the Harith. I didn't expect the Harith. I expected the Melissa. I guess they already have like so many physical damage dealers that they are trying to utilize more magic damage into the last 2 picks. Mage, 100% going to be magic. But then they double down on the magical damage with the Harith. It's very all-in composition, I'm going to be honest with you. In these like prolonged team fights, it's probably going to be the Arlet and the Fredrin who does okay. But, well, the Yves does pretty well as well. And it's like sustainable in like long, prolonged team fights. But honestly, I feel like the Beatrix does a bit better in these prolonged team fights. Compared to the Harith where you can just bait out those skills. And here, they need a roamer. Franco is a good choice. Yeah, I was about to say something that can, lock members down from Echo. Something like a Franco or Ruby. But knowing their anti-CC, knowing that they're going to be bringing Purify as well, the Franco is the most reliable pick here. So there you go. TNC with the Franco pick. And Franco, Bea, Farsa. Pretty solid combination. Good burst to follow up on the Iron Hook.
Not only the Eve, but also dealing with the fact that...
I'm trying to think about the drafts here. Hey, Sanford, you dropped your fan, man.
Across the board here. It's all Echo. But again,
Okay, let's just dive into the game first, and then we'll try to dissect the drafts as we go, right?
for sure, if TNC
This is a very, like,
Echo
high risk, high reward, High risk, high reward for TNC. And technically for Echo. For TNC, it makes a bit more sense, because they literally have nothing to lose. If they lose one match and they're gone. I know they're gone already from the playoffs now, boys. But as the time of this match, they haven't been knocked out yet. They were knocked out by Onyx PH, right? So it's so interesting, right? They beat YAWI. Oh, whoa! Escalera already with a mistake early. Good punish by YAWI. A very greedy move, I would say, by Escalera there. Trying to go for the lethal that just, no. Bend things. And in this matchup, it's going to be very hard for the Beatrix to actually like look for proper trades because the Harith is very oppressive in lane in this matchup. The Beatrix needs to wait for some of the weapons, or honestly for the Beatrix, you don't really need to look for these engages anyways. Like going for all-ins, not your thing, right? Maybe that was the Beatrix before the nerf. Now the Beatrix currently, you go for good trades with your Renner, but mostly you're just clearing waves with your Bennett. You're not really looking for all-ins, and that's why you see Innocent there going for Bennett and Renner. He swapped out of the Nibiru. TNC and Echo are both playing strong side towards their XP lane. Both of them wanting or thinking that they will have more pressure for the turtle take. And so far, it's Echo doing a good job. Sanford with a good zone. Oh, good final slash as well. Nice flicker by Hesu to get out, but I think, TNC needs to give this on over. Hesu lost that XP minion. I think he should have just taken a bit more damage there for the XP minion so that he can get level 4, but because of that, they completely just lost. Oh, nice pick. Nice punish.
I'm gonna get my revenge. That is gonna be TNC clapping back.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanna let's look at this play earlier, right? Why Echo were able to actually secure the turtle. It comes down to just a little win from Sanford over here in this department, because if you take a look at it, Hesu wanted to go for that. He miscalculated a bit, and Sanford just all-ins him with Sanji, zoning him from this minion. He doesn't get level 4, and he gets completely punished for it. Just this little mistake kind of gave over the Lord over to Echo. Right? I mean, the turtle. The turtle over to Echo. Because TNC, they were already in a good position to actually control for this, right? Unfortunately, Echo did this. They zoned Hesu away from the XP minion, getting level 4 for Sanford and for Sanji too. So Hesu just had no way to control, had no way to actually participate in this fight. Kingkong is not going to be able to, push forward. If he does here, he's dead completely. 1v3 situation. Hesu is nowhere near the fight. Escalera could go for something here with Kingkong, but it's a losing fight to take. It's a fight that with a man disadvantage. It's a good play they made. They pushed away from the turtle, and it ended up being really good because guess what? They were able to bait Yawi in, and they were able to get a kill from a mistake. This mistake wouldn't have presented itself if TNC went for the turtle. It would have just been TNC losing the turtle and losing some of their members too. So, well played. Well played.
Was that worth it? I think it was worth it. Especially early on, the early
Oh, good.
goes over here to Escalera. Again, anytime you can get this, the Farsa pick snowballing, it's going to work out for you. You just got to avoid, again, especially with Yawi, now having,
Oh yeah, I just wanna say this. If you guys go on the Beatrix, this is the build path you should follow. Don't go for boots, just go for Fury Hammer first item. Unless you're getting bullied in lane. Obviously, if you're getting bullied in lane, then you go for the steel leg plates first, but then you want to go for Fury Hammer and then a Legion Sword into BOD, okay? So this should be the BOD here. You go for Fury Hammer first item, because this is the way to go, man. It's playing with the small items, the small ingredient items, like the steel leg plates, the Fury Hammer. It's basically the Fury Hammer is the steel leg plates for marksman, for physical damage, okay? It's very cheap. You get a lot of physical defense from it. And here, there's already a little bit of a fight. Oh, nice Bennett's Rage. That's way worth it, dude. Yeah. Galtizi a bit too aggressive there. No proper follow from the team. So good punish too from TNC. Again, TNC are mostly reacting in these team fights. They're not really looking for they're not looking for crazy plays. They are instead waiting for these crazy plays to happen for the team. I don't know why my camera is blurry. I'll try to fix it right now. So weird how the camera gets blurry for no reason. Okay. Nice. Yowie. Holy shit. Yeah. That's the Yaoi special. That's the Yaoi special.
Young man didn't stand a chance. That was as dead as he could get. There were 3 members of Echo there, and again, I couldn't blame Ben Things. He was too busy holding the line, keeping that river safe. It's just he didn't notice Echo was already on the scene.
Yeah. In the bottom lane, though, it seems like there's a lot of pressure that Echo's applying onto the lane of Hesu.
Yeah, I think you want to... We haven't seen Glue in a while, but still not to say that isn't a solid hero pick. I think one of the hard parts here for Hesu specifically is, utilizing...
Duper's Arlet is a pretty hard lane to play. Like, the Arlet definitely has a little bit of an advantage when it comes down to... Whoa, Yaoi. Oh, interesting. A bit too greedy, I believe, there. Looking for the pick off onto Escalera, who has Purify. So I think he wanted to just burn the Purify away. He didn't even use Flicker. So just, yeah, I don't know. Very uncharacteristic play from not just Yaoi, but Sanford as well. You know what? I feel like it is still characteristic, though. This is something that Echo likes to do. They like to go 50-50, and they just like to gamble a lot in these skirmishes. So that's what we're seeing here. Yeah, gambling on the fight. Still, Altizi was able to get a turtle. Or no, TNC were able to get the turtle there. But yeah, definitely not worth it at all from Echo there. Losing 2 members, a turtle, basically giving the turtle to TNC for free.
Definitely going to help him snowball into the mid-game. And that's solid. That's what you need when you're rocking a Beatrix, a Farsa, and
Yep.
a TANKCELOT.
Beatrix, Farsa, TANKCELOT, and even Glue here, all going to be really good in the mid game. The power spike is going to hit for them much earlier. because of the lead, because of the snowball that they're building up. And again, Benny isn't really able to fully bully the Beatrix here. I think the Beatrix might have actually a gold lead if we actually go back and check. If we go back and check here, the itemization. Yeah, he doesn't have a gold lead. It's still Benny with a 100 gold lead, but with that minion wave, it should be equal. And again, on the Beatrix, all you need to do in lane is stay equal. Once you get that BOD, you get a pretty good power spike, and then if you go for the Malefic Roar, if you finish that Malefic Roar, that's your main power spike, right? Those 2 items, that's the 2-item power spike for Bea, and he already gets the BOD here. So yeah, very good timing for the BOD buy as well. The 5-minute mark. So he's just been farming really good so far. And Echo haven't really been able to shut the Bea down in lane. Ben thinks with a conceal.
So that's why you see Ben things trying to find so many opportunities.
Oh, Kingkong.
That was one of the deepest roses I've seen recently. Kingkong very confident on this TANKCELOT. It looks like
The tank slot is broken, by the way. Like, expect the tank slot to be picked up way more often because it's so good. It's so tanky. You deal pretty good damage with your passive stacks, and your retribution is insanely good. Like insanely good because you can use those stacks to get more damage on it. Ooh, good move by Escalera. Sidesteps out of Jeet Kune Do just for a bit. Kingkong with a good clear. Good pressure as well. Top side, you can see already. Nice one. Nice position here by Bea and Ben Things. Right after they dealt with the wave. No, they didn't even deal with the wave. Yeah, they did. Right after they cleared the wave here, they rotated over instantly. So you'd expect them to maybe be rotating down to the turtle side or maybe be waiting in the lane. Yeah, they just stay there. YAWI gets caught in the rotation and they completely ignore the turtle. Look what they do here. Beatrix moves up top, knowing that, Echo have spent more of their resources down below. They already have more pressure here because Hesu, isn't really going to be able to poke them down. Kingkong can look for a steal. The other members should just rotate up top, look for a trade. So this could be a win-win situation for TNC. If they get the turtle, the base, the turret is 100% gone. Okay, Kingkong almost got it. So it could have been a win-win, but in the end, it's still a big win for TNC. They got the turret low. I think right there, Innocent could have just gone for one more, but it's still very much worth it. They got a kill and a turret, while Echo only got a lure or a turtle. My bad. Yeah, there you go. So well played. Yeah, the good thing about the glue is no matter how bad you're losing lane, it doesn't really matter. Like Sanford has a winning matchup here, does more damage, but it doesn't really matter. Best weak side XP laner is glue by far. Like the glue is so good at playing weak side of the map. He even has a gold lead despite him being behind, getting picked off, or zoned away sometimes.
Adjust from this, right? He's got these 3 deaths early on, but this is typically what we see from him. He tries to force situations early on.
Looking at the items, nothing too special here. Everybody just building pretty normally. Ben Things, conceal, YAWI, flicker. Wow, the respect given over to Ben Things though. RWM gets popped down. Good response from Echo. Losing up that topside turret. They will be able to... Nope, never mind. Wow. Good reactive play. Again, TNC with the reactive plays. Always just following Echo and rotating towards Echo's movement, right? And yeah, again, reacting to the team plays. Benny. Oh, they don't.
Benny gets away. He's like, I'm not going to risk it anymore. I'm going to get on out of here.
Benny, wow.
They won't know. They won't know. If I don't move at all, they will.
Yeah, but TNC have just been reacting, right? When Echo go for the turtle, they look for a trade up top. When Echo or go up top, TNC try to respond. Whenever they have the upper edge in these team fights, they will respond with a 5-man rotation or a 4-man rotation, equal members into a certain lane. Like, for example, the top side lane. But when they don't, when they know that Echo already got, a little bit of an advantage with, their rotations, with their resources placed down before them, then they will rotate the trade. Good reactive plays from TNC. They're just bursting it down. Wow, not giving Carl TZ some space here. And wow, they just take it. YAWI gets punished. And Ben Things dies here. It's already very worth it. And they pull back. Whoa, okay, let's talk a little bit about why they went for this, right? And how they set up for this play earlier. Firstly, it was because of the slow push technically that they built up top, and then they rotate over to the mid lane, clearing it, right? Remember the clear that they did here. So they cleared both lanes, and top lane is still slow pushing. Noticing that Benny and Arlet are bottom side, they can go for this. They have a man advantage. Again, reacting to Echo's plays and making the proper decision, right? Knowing that both of the members are still down there, they have a Beatrix, they have a TANKCELOT, and they will be able to dish out a lot of damage here onto the Lord. Another thing that gives Beatrix and Lancelot a good, retribution battle is you can chain the Bennett's Rage with your retribution and with your kind of buffed retribution already with your stacks on Lancelot, right? So it's almost like a guaranteed retribution. But in this particular situation, they don't actually combo it. They combo it instead with the Feather Airstrike, which works too. Whatever you want to combo it with, as long as you calculate it and you coordinate it with your team properly, you can do it. The Bennett Rage was used earlier to just get the damage down onto the Lord so that, it gets chunked lower. Then Yawi gets killed, Bentings gets killed, Bentings dying a bit, of a win for Echo when they trade Yawi for Bentings, because Yawi has died 4 times, but the Lord makes up for it 100% of the way for TNC. And it's very good from TNC. Very good pullback, very good reactive plays, and the macro from TNC has been spectacular, right? They've been punishing Echo whenever they overstep. They've just been punishing. That's the name of the game for TNC here.
Okay, final start. Maybe Sanford might get punished here. That's going to be the Feather Airstrike 1. No 2 and 3 landed. Kingkong avoids some damage here. TNC have their eyes set.
Good push by Innocent down below, by the way. Pushes bottom lane. Again, it's going to be slow pushing towards Echo. And then they go into mid. Yeah, they rotate back into mid. They want to get that tier 1, chaining in with the Lord Crash in the top lane. So again, it just forced errors being placed down by TNC, right? They put the Lord up here. They rotate up mid. So Echo needs to respond to one of these lanes. But they do a really good job at micromanaging the mid wave. So the mid wave can't be used up. They can use the second wave from the top lane though to put some pressure down again. Oh, good hook by Bentings.
Stopping Yawi. He couldn't make that play there with Echo, but it's going to be the counterplay. Big final slash here by Sanford. As the members of TNC are dealing damage back, they're trying to get away. Echo will not be able to chase down.
Well played, well played. Again, that slow push down below. Do not leave your enhanced minions or your buffed Lord minions alone, guys, because that's what it does, especially when you build a slow push like TNC did there. Very good forced error, man. It looked like, Echo managed it really well, but I completely forgot about that bottom lane, right? Again, the forced error here was they're pushing up here. They wanted to get mid lane turret because most of the members should be rotating up top, but Sanford does a really good job at micromanaging the waves, using the final slash to actually bring the minions back so that TNC can't really be able to utilize it, right? So here Echo also clears this side really well, but all the while, meanwhile, every time, while this is happening, the bottom lane is still slow pushing with those buffed minions. TNC just zoned them away, and they utilize this for Bentings to look for a pick. And when Bentings got this, it's just so value, because it kind of canceled the way of the dragon too, if you guys saw that. Yawi was already in the animation of the way of the dragon here. He was kicking Hesu. Is he? He got cancelled right there. Cancelled, hooked by Bentings, slain, and again, this is mainly just a forced error. It's CNC just forcing a mistake from the side of Echo, because the mini wave is still there, bottom lane is pushing, and there's another wave coming in the mid lane. Notice how only Hesu and Bentings are the ones, getting chunked down. Escalera, Innocent, Kingkong are all safe. Bottom lane now needs to be covered, and it kind of forces Echo back again. And then they get that tier 1 in the mid lane that they were looking for. So again, it's just really smart by TNC. It was all from the setup earlier in the bottom lane. Not the Innocent deciding not to fully shove, but to slow push the wave.
They know they have a Lord. Their minion waves are empowered. They can just leave minions to do the work. Look.
Yep. Oh, this is huge right now. Again, look how much.
And now the Malefic Roar, right? So that's a power spec that we were talking about earlier.
Malefic Roar. He's on to his next item here.
BOD, Malefic Roar. Hunter Strike. Okay. There you go. Finishes up the Hunter Strike, and the War Axe actually gets built up here. War Axe makes sense for the... Oh my god, Bentings. Jeez, Bentings.
And Yawi falls again. As the members of TNC are now going to be chasing Carl TZ and Sanford. Feather Airstrike is going to be committed. That's going to be Hesu with a pullback by the glue. Carl TZ really low. Clapback by the jungler of Echo is not going to land. TNC
King Kong with the War Axe.
really low. Carl TZ
Oh, Hesu as well. Locking him down. Stanford. Well played. Just a well played team fight. At this point, it was just like if you take a team fight for TNC, it's yeah, you have the advantage. You have a 5,000 gold lead. Might as well utilize it, right? You've been playing the macro game really well. You've been trading constantly, and you've been winning in all these trades. It's time to actually make a move and go for these team fights, and that's what they do.
Big guy Ben, big game Ben, whichever you want to call it. He's doing it again in this game, and now 6K gold ahead. TNC in a great position to take the next lord of the game. Look how fast it is going down here. So now, still, ball in court for TNC.
Wait, what? What's that? Did they push bottom too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were able to get, I believe, the minion waves.
Yeah, the minion waves.
Got to collect the push, yeah.
The minion actually took the base turret. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Down here. So now, still, ball in court for TNC.
Wait, what?
It didn't get destroyed.
All right.
Yeah.
I could have sworn, man, if they took down 2 birds with 1 stone, one of them being the Lord, the other being the inhibitor down bottom, that would have been just too much.
That happened to the tier 2. They had a great wave that pushed in there.
All right. Yeah, the reason Warax really works with TANKCELOT is because with the TANKCELOT, you're in prolonged team fights every single time, right? You're just using your passive roaming or pushing across the place, and in these long, drawn-out team fights, the Warax definitely does give you more value. And because they're already so far ahead, it does give Kingkong a bit more creativity or a bit more room to play with his creativity and his itemization, because he's even building towards an endless battle, I think, there for his final item.
After that, up to this point. So
Now they're just gonna utilize the enhanced lord, I think, to just crash into the. Oh. Yeah, they're just shoving it in. They're not waiting for the mid wave or any other wave. They're shoving it in, getting it chunked down, using it for the airstrike to chunk them even lower. And yeah, the Lord perfectly gets the base turret here. Good conceal, TNC. Not playing with the topside wave. They're playing with the waves 1 by 1, which is very interesting, and that's why. They actually want Echo. With this composition, with bent things on the Franco, and maybe you guys can utilize this on your Franco games too, but notice how TNC are not pushing with 3 waves. They're actually pushing 1 by 1, which looks very weird, right? But then you understand once they get a hook, it's to bait Echo to pump up, to actually try to defend the mid lane, right? Because if you go... My bad, I full screened the thing. My bad. If you push 3 waves, they're mainly going to be spread out, and they are going to be like handling these waves. Sure, you're going to get more base turrets, but in this point, I think TNC actually want to look for an end, and that's why they want to use the pick-off comp that they already built with the Franco, right? They cleared the mid lane. Well, they cleared bot lane first, got the base turret, then they cleared the mid lane, and then whenever Echo members started to move forward, Bentings is always there. And same goes here, again, right? Look, it was almost a pick off onto Sanford again. Because of the mini waves here, because they're forced to clump up, Sanchi almost gets bursted down. And now you understand. Now you understand why TNC are actually pushing the wave 1 by 1. They're not actually utilizing it to fully, siege it down until they have a man advantage. Now they have a man advantage. Now they're actually looking to push those 2 waves together. But I think it's a bit too late already. I think I would still say it's very value for TNC there. Even though they didn't get a second base turret. 1 base turret is already very good. The fact that they were able to find Carl TZ in that skirmish as well means that they will be able to take everything in their in the enemy team jungle. Yeah, the endless battle was built right before that skirmish, by the way. So TNC looking very strong. War Axe, Endless Battle, Thunder Belt, and a Scar Guardian helmet. Very well played. Never finished the Molten Essence, by the way, guys. Molten Essence is like... I would say it's kind of like a Steel Leg Plates thing where you leave it up until late game. You want to build up the other items because you're only looking for that Molten Essence passive, the burn, with that item. You don't need the Cursed Mask early on, guys. Trust me. Unless you're up against like fully magic damage, then maybe you want to go for it. Even then, I think you should just finish the Athena Shield or Radiant Armor before you finish the Cursed Mask. So, yeah.
This Echo, if you just think about it, do they actually have enough to take down Hesu? Because Hesu has been deathless here. He's been running all over Echo this entire game. He's been Kaldagging on all. He's been Kaldagging on their faces.
Now it just comes down to them slow pushing again, right? I think it's really good, the fact that they were able to slow push up top. But I think that was, yeah, it was built again by Innocent. Look at him. He clears that and he moves. It's just slow push building. Leaving the cannon minion alone to fend off against those 3 minion waves. It's going to be slow pushing down. So it's going to be building up a wave, right? And you can see it here. Look at top lane and bottom even. When did they slow push bot? No, it's just naturally, because yeah, the base turret is taken down. The super minions are going to be naturally slow pushing that wave. So as you can see, top lane, bottom lane, all protected, all kind of slow pushed already here. And then they just decide to shove into mid lane. Mid lane is the only lane that you don't really want to be building a slow push in, because it takes a bit too long. But in these side lanes, especially the far lane, you can definitely utilize it. And you can see with the map pressure that they have, they can just push in. That's it. That's all they need. That's a Zaman force from their main damage dealer. It's done. Now they're forced to deal with the slow pushing waves, and TNC can just force a fight. And if Echo pull back, they can force the turtle. Right? It's a big win for TNC. And while all this is happening, the top lane is still building up, right? So look at how they're playing this. They're not committing onto the Lord. It's just Kingkong on it. They're shoving the mid wave constantly, and they're playing with the 2 slow pushing waves constantly as well. Now they know top lane is fully slow pushing, is shoving in. It's going to crash onto that turret. They have to send Sanji, and now they have a full man advantage, right? Now they can pull the trigger. They can go for a fight, or they can commit onto the Lord. Going for the Lord is a bit too risky, so what they do, they try to zone first, right? Good bloody hunt. And still, they're not going onto the Lord. YAWI with a very good kick, but Escalera finds it. Innocent gets out. Wow. Without Innocent. Oh, Sanford. Nice one. Well played. Well played by TNC, man. Really well played. Again, it's just when you're in that kind of position, you need to utilize those forced errors. That's what a lesser team would definitely crumble there, and they would just be baited into a fight by Echo. But yeah, you would expect the number 8 team to be the lesser team. No, they're not. They're not. And Kingkong is fucking popping off. Dude, I think this is the best mix. When you're ahead, go for the War Axe, go for the Endless Battle, guys, okay? Because look at the damage he's doing while also being tanky. Holy shit. Well played, dude. Well played. Again, utilizing the force errors, utilizing the Lord to go in their favor, pulling back. Notice how they're team fighting and they're never clumped up with the Lord. It's just so well played by TNC here. When they took that team fight as well, they pulled back, trying to bait Echo away from the Lord that's munching on the base. It's the little things that the pro players do that, again, is a lot. They got 1 kill, and it's on to Benny. Now it's only the frontliners, and it's most probably GG here. Innocent is respawn. Yep, it's GG. Wow. There's no way Echo defend this. 0-8-3. When have you... well, ever since M4, or right before M4 as well. When did you see YAWI go 0-8? Have you ever seen YAWI go 0-8 on a Cho? On a signature pick? Like, holy crap, dude. This team... Well played, man. Well played at TNC. Very well-deserved victory here. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, before I end off the video, remember, guys, the voting for MPL Indonesia Season 11. The nominations and the awarding session, the voting is still up for grabs, right? So if you guys want to help me out, you guys can go into the description or the comment section. I'll have it pinned as well. Click the vote button. Vote for me, preferably, but you can vote for any of the English casters. I really don't mind. It's all, it's all good between us and everything. So you guys can go do that. Hope you guys vote. And let me know if you did. Also, click on the next video because we are going to be analyzing the 40-minute game number 2 next. Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what actually happens in the 40-minute game. Why it got to 40 minutes. I heard 7 lords were needed there to end the game. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Like, comment if you guys think I missed anything or if you guys want to point out something. And subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more of the style of content. Peace out.